Big up, everyone. That is my new intro, not the Wedded Bliss intro that's coming shortly, but I had to show that one as well because Bobby K has made me two wonderful intros. That is my Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs intro, and I will do the Wedded Bliss one in a moment. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Our favourite show of the week. Obviously, I will be joined by my husband, Jim, who's waiting in the back. Thanks everyone for coming along. Make sure you smash the likes as you come in, please. It really helps the channel. The new intro for Wedded Bliss is coming now. So brace yourselves. Big up against Bobby K, because this is something a little bit special. And here we go. I'll never, ever, ever, ever get bored of watching that intro. It's just the funniest thing. How much fun did we have doing that, Jim?
Well, I got hurt a lot, but
shut up.
Thank you.
The venom in your eyes when you're standing over me with a pillow and standing behind me with that trophy was terrifying. Big up again to Bobby K. Thank you so much for those intros. They're absolutely mint. They're like so good. I can't even cope. Anyway, Jim, how are you doing today? Are you feeling confident?
Feeling confident? My arms aching a little bit, but apart from that, I'm very good.
Are you feeling confident?
I'm always confident, darling.
Oh,
always.
Let's get Larry. Just asking the question.
I still demand a recount from last week, but
oh, shut up. Let's have a look. See who's in the chat. Cuva 99, Jim has to win. The future is lily white and silver. Maybe green too. I like green and yellow. Should have been an Norwich fan. Come on, you Canaries. Oh, wait. Flashbacks to my band from the pet shop. Big up, Cuva, bringing the humour. Bobby K says, yes, waited a week for this. Best new show on YouTube. Jim, you better cook her today. Doubles on. Sauce. Cuva 99, he knows best. Afternoon to Jose. Says, afternoon, Katie and Jim. Let's have straight. Oh my god, I've been waiting an entire week. My oh my, the sun stays in England for less than that. Big up my girl Ellie. Hope you're well, my lovely. Yes, we are back. Jim says it's roasting time. Good morning, evening, Tigaro. Hope you're well. Big up Potato Stew. Turned up early to see the new intro. Yeah, well, you've seen both new intros and they're both equally wonderful. Big up Leo. Hope you're well, my homie. Always good to see you. Big up Lee Smithy Smith as well. Always good to see you. Afternoon, Drew La La. Hope you're well. Morning, Kate and chat. 7 a.m. for me. Hope you all have a great day. Lovely to see you, Lisa. Nice of you to come in. Hope you're well, Chica. Yes, it is a very good intro. Thanks, Tigaro. Any intro with Raphael van der Ven is a 10. I know that was all when we went on the White Hart Lane tour. I just was wrapped around anything that was Van der Ven because he is yummy. Hi Kate and Jim, hope you're good. Big up Mark, our favourite Chelsea fan, is in the house. Mark says, great new intros, Bobby. Yeah, he done a great job. What a legend. Mile High, Leo saying Team Jim already. Mark says, save Jim, laugh out loud. Lisa amigo, buenos dias. Oh, very nice. I'm reporting to the police if you don't, says Jose. I don't think. Very 1980s young ones. Big up building. Kuva says the picture quality for me had dropped to 144 pixels and you look really blurred, Kate. When I mute the volume 2, you're quite watchable. Jim must be tired of carrying you. No wonder his arm hurts. Oh, Kuva's trash talking me. What is that about? Chinaman, big up to you. Good to see you again. Nice to see you. Ellie says, watch out, Kate. Sleep with one eye open. I do now. Leo says it's 6 a.m. there. Wow. I appreciate the dedication, Leo. Nita says, hi, Kate and Jim. Love the intros. I did have a little chuckle. Big up, Nita. Tagara says it's 11 p.m. here and I should be asleep. Damn you both and your entertaining content. I'm sorry, Tagara. What can I say? Sonny Wife's in the house. Big up to you. Hope you're well, lovely. Big up, Ben. Says he's listening in. That's all right, Ben. You listen away and mod away if you feel like it. Ellie says, love the intro, but I keep the promise not to send it on to anyone. So I'm normally a naughty girl, but I was good. Yeah, I did give Ellie a sneak preview because I knew she'd appreciate it so much. But yeah, the intros are fab. I got quoted £250 to have an intro made. And Bobby Kay just whipped that up for me. What a legend. Anyway, the subject for today's show, Jimbo, is the summer transfer window. Bang average or very good. Me, obviously, I'm sure everyone has guessed. I'm the one who said it was bang average.
Yeah, that really surprises everyone. I bet their jaws are dropped.
Jim was the one who said, oh, it's been so good. It's been really, really good.
Did I have a high-pitched voice? Did someone grab my nuts or something?
Well, that's what it sounded like when you was getting all excited, like you were with Conte coming. It was, oh, he's going to win us something. Oh, he'll definitely win something under Antonio Conte. Oh, no answer. Oh, no answer.
You know what? I might just stop sleeping with you.
You don't sleep with me anyway. You're on the sofa. That was a really crap comeback. So I thought, first of all, on Mark's, but I was as shocked as you last night, Kate, when Mudryk scored. Never going to believe Evening Standard again. I know, I watched it and I thought, I'm sure Mark told me he'd gone home injured. There you go, you say.
Okay, will you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Will you ask William to bring me the fan down because I'm so hot?
I don't know where the fan is.
It's in top of my wardrobe.
William,
So,
you'll have to talk to the room.
I've got to talk to the room. It's going to get roasted. Don't worry about that. Even the dogs are saying she's going to get roasted. Oh, you can hear me, can you? It makes a change. Normally you go deaf when I speak.
Yeah, Jim's got one of your favourite kits on. It's also got K and J on the back 13 because I bought it for Jim for our 13th wedding anniversary. So, because I'm nice like that. Anyway, I am going to go through the players that we bought. Obviously, first, we'll do that. Who we bought in the summer transfer window. Very bang, averagely good. I will start with the man in goal. Vicario. Waiting for the breaking news that Tonali will be banned. Oh, I know, Geordie. I've seen all about that. What, dear, oh dear.
Who?
Tonali. He's going to get a massive ban. I can't even remember what it was about. I was talking about it with Sava and Haz, and I've forgotten what we said. Transfers include outgoings. Too many average players still here. Dave, I'm going to go for all that, and you sound like you're going to be on Team Kate, so hold tight because that is coming. Don't worry about that. Right. First signing of the window. Not necessarily the first, but the first one I picked. Vicario, age 27, position goalkeeper, fee 17.2 million. Thoughts, Jim?
Well, fantastic buy. You know, I said to you before he came, what did I say? He was going to end up a great keeper. And I still think he'll end up one of the best keepers in the Premier League. And I did say that to you before we even bought him. You know, I did my homework on him, and I told you he had a couple of things to iron out, which the goalkeeping coaches would iron out, and they have ironed out. It's fantastic buy. What can you say? What can you give him out of 10 for a buy?
I gave him 9 on Sabbath Show.
Well, you're just a tight cow, aren't you? Should be a 10 out of 10. He's cost us.
Well, everyone else gave him an 8.
To buy a goalkeeper of his standard, right? If you went out there now, you've got to pay at least double that. Fantastic buy. Not for his. I'm saying for the buy, 10 out of 10.
Oh, for the buy itself, yeah,
Yeah.
probably a 10. Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's a 10.
But I
There's
think
one down straight away. You want to carry on or you want to give up?
on the first 8 games, I would give him a 9 out of 10.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, of course, I would. That's it. Tonali has been done for betting. It can be. They reckon it gets 7 months. It can be an up to a 3-year ban betting on their own games. Tonali, Newcastle.
Who's Tonali?
Plays for Newcastle.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm not interested in their players. Interested in our players.
Well, unlike you, I am a football fan rather than just a Spurs
I'm a football fan, but I can't say that I know anything about him.
Next up, Mickey van der Ven. Thoughts, Jim? Age 22, position centre back, fee £34.5 million.
I mean, I'm just going to repeat what I said about Vicario. Fantastic buy, absolute fantastic buy. A lot more money, I know, but still cheap. I mean, if you're talking another 2 years, right? He's going to be what, 24? How much is he going to be worth? Oh my
That's
God!
if he stays, of course. That's if he stays with us.
Let's not talk about stuff like that because that's if buts and monkey nuts again.
Yeah, I agree. But
he's our player. He's got a contract, and I'm sure he's got. Was it a 5-year contract? Has he got? I think he has.
Yeah, I think it is 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I should imagine when he gets down to 3 years, they'll sign him on and give him a pay rise. You know,
what would you
if we're winning stuff, mate, if we're winning stuff, why would these players want to leave?
What would you give Van der Ven at 10 as a signing, first of all?
I'd say for me a signing 10.
Yeah, I'd agree. And what about for the first eight games?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm not disputing with the players that we brought in. Haven't been fantastic, by the way. That's not the name of the game. Next one, James Maddison, age 26, midfielder, £40 million.
Oh my God, I've been screaming for this guy for how many years to come. You know, I first saw him play. You could just see he was a Tottenham player through and through. You know, he just screamed Tottenham all over him. And for 40 million, how cheap is that? I mean, at the end of the day, if we'd have bought him for 80 million, the way he's been playing, we wouldn't have complained.
No, but what you've got to think of is Levy waited until he had a year on his contract before buying him.
Okay, he did that. Smart move. He saved himself probably 30, 40 million. You know,
smart move or just a tight ass?
No, well, not you say that, but the rumours are, I don't know if they're true or not because I don't work at Tottenham, but the rumours are that Conte didn't want him.
Yeah, there is that.
You know, I'll tell you something. I put Conte so high up on my estimations before he was Tottenham manager because I'd seen what he'd done. What he'd done with Chelsea was unreal. But when he come to us, I can't understand what happened. You know, he ruined players. He wouldn't buy players like Maddison. What an absolute tosspot. But
I mean, Leicester City fans were telling us he's lazy. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. But he's not shown any of that at Spurs, has he? Not at all.
But when I watched him at Leicester, I didn't think he was lazy.
Nor did I.
Not at all.
Nor did I. Ty Garro says he's a 17 out of 10 easily. Yeah. A few more goals and he'd be a 23 out of 10. What do you give him as a signing?
10. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10.
And what about his first 8 games?
In his first 8 games, I'm going to give him 9.5.
I agree. 100% agree with everything you've said. This is going to be an easy show. We're just agreeing on everything. I don't think it will last. Next up, we have Brennan Johnson. 22-year-old position, forward stroke winger, £47.5 million. A
lot of money. But I think, in my personal opinion, I think this guy's going to be dynamite. I think he's going to be something special. But we haven't really seen him, you know, not for us anyway. I've watched a little bit of him for Forest, but I think that's hard to judge him there because of the players around him. But I think this kid's going to be something special. I really do. It's a pity we haven't seen a lot of him. But you know, when he gets fit, we'll see. But I think he's going to be something special.
Now, we were told this was Angie's #1 target. Do you believe that?
I believe, right? I believe that Ange will not have a player that he doesn't want, because he said that he can only have players that fit his system. Hang on 1 second. What's someone right? I've not seen enough of him to really judge. Yeah. So I think, yeah, he did want him. Ange said in one of his interviews, when they said about getting a director of football, that he wants a director of football so they can get on the same wavelength. So he hasn't got to worry about what players are coming in. They'll be on the same wavelength. He'll tell him what he wants, what he needs, and the director of football go and get it. And he hasn't going to. He said, "I won't have to question it because he'll know what I want." So I can't see Ange having any footballer that he doesn't want. So I think, yes, he wanted him.
Armin says he's bang average. What I will say to you, Jim, is if he was Angie's #1 choice, why did we leave it to the last few days of the transfer window to get him?
Because I don't think they wanted to sell him.
But there was no approach for him until the last week.
Well, we don't know that, do we?
Well, Romano said there was no approach for him, and he's the most reliable source.
Well, I can't answer that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I would say Ange wanted him. I mean, you can see he's an Ange type player.
He is an Ange type player. Yeah. I just don't believe that he was his #1 target. And I also think for the price that they've paid, we could have spent the money more wisely in a position.
I agree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that, Kate, because I think we knew. All of us knew, even me sticking up for Richie, knew in my heart that we needed a new striker. But I think it was more important to bring another defender in. But we'll get to that later anyway. But look, at the end of the day, we've got him. I'm going to get behind him. I disagree 100% that he's bang average. And I think that when he starts getting on the pitch, we'll see that he's not bang average.
Yeah, I think. Go on.
He scored. He has scored for us, hasn't he?
Yeah, but it was offside.
And he's had 2 goals disallowed.
He hasn't scored a goal where it stood. He's only scored offside.
Yeah, but he's had 2 goals disallowed, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and so we know that he's going to get in amongst it. So,
well, I will say, in the small sample size that we've seen him when he came on, when he scored that goal, or when he started, I think it was, he looked decent. Yeah. I can understand that he is an Ange type player. However, Ange plays him on the left. I think he should be on the right instead of Kulu, because he's a right-footed player. But you know, we'll see. Maybe he's going to try him more as a forward, because Richie.
Yeah. Hey, look, at the end of the day, he's only just come in, right? He's going to have to feel his feet. Ange is going to have to feel his feet where's his best position, and I'm sure they'll work it out, and he'll find his best position.
Big up Bobby K, AJ, building manager, Amin, anyone that's come in, big up to you all. Yes, Bobby, massive big up to you for those intros. I played them both and they went down a storm, so big up, Bobby. We love you. Thank you so much. As far as Brennan Johnson goes, Jim, what do you give him out of 10 as a signing? And it's difficult, I know, but at the first 8 games, we've only seen very little of him, so it's hard to judge that. But as a signing,
with the price tag remains to be seen. I mean, I'm going to have to say, I'm not going to be too tight, because I think that he's going to turn out to be a little gem. So I'm going to say 7. That's a lot of money, but he is young, and Ange obviously sees something in him. So I'm going to say a 7. I know you're going to go less.
I'm going to go 6. I do think he'd come good. However, I think the money could have been better spent on a position where we need to be.
Look, you can't say the money's going to be better spent, Kate, because we don't really know what he's going to turn out to be, you know.
No. So, if he comes in and takes Kulu's place on the wing, I'd give him a 9 just to get Kulu off the wing.
Well, he might turn out to be, you know, worth double his money in a year, 2 years.
Yeah. Mick Dundee, big up to you. Good day, Cobber. Bobby says, my pleasure. Anything for you guys. Bless you, Bobby. Jose says, Jim, are you sitting suitably as you don't want to seem under duress?
No, yeah, I've got my arm on a pillar, but my son still ain't brought the fan down. I think what's he doing? Oh, I don't know what he's doing.
Johnson and 8. Well, Johnson's shown a lot of promise early. Oh my God, then pass. Hold on. Right, next up. Sorry, people. Their dogs are having a meltdown.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Ashley Phillips, age 18, centre back, £2 million. That's the fee that they said. I think it goes up more than that with add-ons, but that was the fee that was quoted on Transfer Market. So, hold on one second. Coover says easier to judge some of the players at the end of the season when they're on top of the bus, passing the EPL trophy and FA Cup between themselves. Honestly, Coover. Oh, look, Haz is in the house. Big up, Haz. Thanks for coming in. Big up, Kate and Jim. Best couple since Posh and Bex. Big up to you. Thanks for coming in.
Cheers, Az.
I'm disappointed 7. Not very optimistic, but I would agree a 7. Right.
What was that for? Potato stew? Who was that for?
That was for Brennan Johnson.
Oh, all right.
I think the thing is that it was quite a lot of money for a player that's not really proven that much in the Premier League. That's the thing with Johnson.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But, you know, I personally, I think he's going to be a little gem, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, obviously, we haven't really seen anything of this kid because I believe he's injured again. Yeah. I've only seen what he's done before he came to Spurs. It's not a lot of money. However, Ange did say he wants 2 centre-backs. He brought in Van der Ven, brilliant, but then he brought in this child who's not really, he's not proven in the Premier League.
So disrespectful.
Well, he is a child. He's not walking straight
years old. He's a young man. He's not a child.
All right, a young man. Oh, young man.
What is he, 6 foot something? And he's a professional footballer. Don't disrespect him.
Yeah, well, see, Geordie says this is quite a good point. 2 million for an 18-year-old's a bargain. No risk in the signing. There is that, I suppose. But I was looking. I mean, you've got to remember we was linked to Tapsoba, then we was linked to Adebayo, then we was linked to Victor Nelson, and then we ended up with Ashley Phillips.
Yeah, but okay, it's look, you've got to think that Ange's the manager. He likes to build. He likes to bring players in. He likes to build a team, right? Yeah. He likes young players, young fit players that are good, and he's obviously seen something in this guy, you know. So let's not be harsh on him. Let him get his feet under the table and play some football. Then we can judge him.
Okay.
So I'm going to be honest, right? I know hardly anything about him, only that what I've read. I've read some good things about him.
Okay. So what do you give the signing out of 10?
Well, the signing out of 10, I give a 10 because for 2 million, you're never going to go wrong.
So do you think the fact that Hans wanted 2 centre-backs, we brought in a superstar like Van der Ven and then just spent 2 million on this is acceptable?
No, I think that I think some people are harsh on the wind. There's everyone saying just get 2 centre-backs, just get 2 centre-backs. It's probably not as easy as it sounds to get 2 centre-backs, especially at the standard of Van der Ven. So he's brought this kid in. He's integrated him in the first team already. So he's gonna show him the ropes and work with him. And I'm sure in the January window we'll get another centre back.
Big up, Mia. Nice to see you, lovely. Well, yeah, we're apparently going in for Lloyd Kelly. Don't everyone gets overexcited?
I don't even want to talk about that because it's pie in the sky to me.
Well, I give this signing a 7. I think it was a cheap option for Levy, but we'll see. Hopefully, he proves to be an absolute megastar. Next up, we've got Bliss, who I know that Jose particularly has a soft spot for.
He looks
age 20, a striker, £13 million.
Another bargain. Another bargain. Well, he's only had snippets, but he looks Looks like he's going to be on it. So for me, yeah, bargain.
Okay.
You know,
Obviously, we haven't seen a lot of him.
No. But I've read that he's good, and he's going to be a decent striker. So, but I mean, we can't say, could we, till we see him play really. But what I've seen of him come on the pitch, he hasn't disappointed me. For who's this guy?
I love that. I like the look of this little homie. What I will say is that you've got to remember this transfer window, we sold probably, arguably, one of the best strikers in the world, one of the best players in the world, and we bring in Bliss.
Yeah.
To me, that's utterly unacceptable. So get rid of the greatest player to ever wear a Spurs shirt, arguably, one of the.
Yeah.
And then bring in Bliss as a replacement who's 20 and £13 million.
Right. So what do you want
That's
me to
all I'm
say to
gonna
that? I mean,
No.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that because I think, you know, sometimes there's not the player out there that you want, that particularly Ange, because he's very particular. Maybe the player wasn't there, or the player that he wants weren't for sale. So you've just got to take that on trust. I mean, I'm sure if they could have got someone in, no notable, they would have done.
Jose gives it a 10 out of 10. I mean, we haven't seen enough of him, but I've seen him play before he came to Spurs. I mean, what do you give him as a signing, Jim?
I'll give him 10 out of 10 for signing because he's 13 million. Why are you laughing?
Because no one's seen enough of him.
No, you said as a signing. I think for 13 million, right, for a young striker, that obviously he's got something about him, I'm going to give him a 10. It's my... Listen. It's my turn to give my points, right? I'll give him a 10. If you want to give him a 1, give him a 1. I'm giving him a 10. In fact, now, because you're getting all lardy-dardy, I'm going to give him 11.
You can't, because you can only go up to 10, so there.
All right, I'll give him 10.
What I will say, lardy-dardy, is you was the guy that was like wetting his pants excited that we signed Richarlison. So I know, we don't really...
Everybody knows my feelings on Richarlison. I said that I really liked him and I thought he would come good at Spurs. You know, I really thought he would, but I was wrong. It's not the end of the world. I was wrong. I've been wrong about many things. I got 2 marriages wrong, so picking a footballer wrong ain't a big deal.
Valise future superstar, 10 out of 10. We haven't got any evidence to back that up, and I guarantee if he is a future superstar, he don't stay at Spurs. Jim, I agree. 11, 7538. Don't let her bully you and avoid stairs. Then we've got this gentleman, Manor Solomon, age 24, winger, got him on a free. Thoughts?
Yeah, I like him. I think for free. I mean, what can you say for free? I like him. I want to see more of him, but what I've seen of him, I really, really like.
I've just deleted the slide by accident, so sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't set the world on fire for me.
No, of course he hasn't. But
looks half decent, but nothing special.
You're not going to get every team. You're not going to get every player in the team set the world alike, Kate. It's getting the right. It's getting the right balance. And I think he comes in and he gives us a good bit of balance when he's on. You know.
I think had he not been afraid, Levy would not have gone for him. That's what I think.
Probably not. Yeah. Probably not, but we can't say.
I do think Maddison, Vicario, Van der Ven are the 3 standout signings for the window. Yeah. Exceptional signings who have hit the ground running. I'm a little bit on the fence with the others. What do you give Manor Solomon as a signing out of 10?
10, because he was free. You can't give him nothing less, can you? Because if you sell him for £1, you made a profit. So.
And what do you give him from what you've seen of him in the Tottenham shirt so far?
I'm going to say a 7.
But as a signing, I'll give him a...
You got to give him 10 because he was free.
No, I haven't. I haven't got to give him a 10 because he was free, because I would rather have bought someone in that position. You can shake your head. I give him an 8 as a signing.
You must squeak when you walk. You're so tight.
As his performances so far this season, what I think of him, I'll give him a 6.5. Bobby K says, did you notice the hazard warning sign where Jim is near the stairs in the intro? Jim, that's a subliminal message for you. Danger zone.
Do you know what, Bobby? I need my fan, but I'm scared to go upstairs and get it.
I don't know where your son is. What was that? I hope Solomon and his family's okay given the current situation. Absolutely. I want Van der Ven to have my next child. If I switch teams, it will be for that beautiful specimen of a footballer. Oh, I know. Solomon signing 4, so far 5. Yeah, see, underwhelming. I agree, very underwhelming.
It's not like he's had loads and loads of game time, but when he has played, I thought he's done well.
Yeah, but you've got lower standards than me. That's all.
I've got lower standards. You've got to judge him on what you've seen, and he hasn't been on the pitch and been non-existent. He's been on there and he's caused some chaos.
Not on every game that he's played. He's been pretty.
There's not a game he's come on and he's been absolutely pony, is there?
No, but there's been games where he ain't done nothing.
Well,
so that's my opinion. So they're the incomings.
Right. Well, no. What about your doggy?
He's not an incoming. He was signed the season before.
Yeah, but he's still only just come to Tottenham. So you've got to class him.
No, I haven't. He was signed the season before.
Yeah, but he didn't play for us then. He was
doesn't matter.
So
he was not signed this. It doesn't matter. He was not signed this season.
You've got to class your doggy.
No, you have not. That's like saying, oh no, that's the wrong slide. That's like saying you've got to put Basuma in because Conte never played him last year.
Huh?
What? That's like saying you've got to put Basuma down as a new signing because Conte never played him last year.
No, but Basuma played last year. Your doggy didn't. It's like a new signing.
It's like a new signing. He isn't a new signing.
He is a new. It's his first season. We're judging people on their first seasons with us. They've just come in.
No. That's not what the debate is.
Oh, well, you make all the rules there.
No, I told you what the debate is. Summer transfer window.
Well, it's his first season.
Stop it. Behave. This transfer window, did we sign Udogie? No, we signed him last year, so he doesn't count. That's it. End of story. I lost the stream for about 2 minutes. Is Jim okay? Did he seem okay while I was gone? He looks okay. Anyone know this is the best Jim stream? Jim, you missed your window. Kate said you have low standards. It's Jim's lawyer. This was supposed to be his response. I obviously have very high standards. Look at my supermodel wife. Yeah. He's got low standards when it comes to football players. No, he was not signed in the summer transfer window. Exactly, Potato Stew. Right. Now, this is the outgoings. Harry Kane, 100 mil.
You know what? Before we do the stream next week, I want to sit down with you and go through what you're doing because that's wrong, that one. He should be on there.
No.
It makes no difference to you, does it? If he's on there.
But he wasn't signed this summer. That's a ridiculous argument. It wasn't signed this summer.
We're judging the players on their first season.
No, we're not. Look at the title of the show. The summer transfer window. Did he come in this summer?
Absolutely, no. Tony, you are.
Just because you want to put Udogie in because he's playing well.
Because I think we should judge him.
Well, I'm sorry, you're wrong. If we do a debate where we judge the players, how they perform, that'd be a different show. But we're doing the summer transfer window that's just gone, and Udogie did not come in. So get back in your box.
You know what?
What? What?
Nothing. It's all right. I'm going to shut my mouth.
Yeah, shut your mouth. We did talk about it. If you'd have mentioned Udogie before, I would have said.
Well, I just thought there was common sense.
Yeah, there is. And did he sign in the summer? No.
So let's carry on.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I married you. Did he sign in the summer window? No. So is he counted? No. Harry Kane went out, 100 mil. Conflicting reports. Bayern said they paid 80 odd mil. I don't know, but the official transfer market page said 100 mil. Troy Parrott went on loan. Jed Spence went on loan. Harvey White went. Mora went. Winks went for 10 mil. Joe Roden went on loan. Lenglet was the end of his loan. Danjuma, end of loan. Ndombele went on loan to Galatasaray. Sanchez we sold for 9.5 million to Galatasaray. Tanganga went on loan to Augsburg. Right?
A lot of loans, isn't there?
Yep. Any discrepancies there?
No.
What's it? Jim and Kate, a match made in heaven, and don't any of you put the other one because Wedded Bliss needs to make its third episode. All out loans can disappear permanently in January. Save Jim. Spam it if you want freedom for Jim or at least fair treatment from Walden Kate.
She carries a bunch of keys on her side, jingling them around the house.
I'm going to put some people in time out in a minute. Right. So Harry Kane, without doubt, our best player, gone.
Yeah.
Right. Then you've got Troy Parrott, Jed Spence, Joe Rodon, Ndombele, Tanganga, all will be back in the summer. None of them have got an obligation to buy at all. Right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got 10 million for Harry Winks, which to me seems like winning a trophy.
No, he's a £10 million player. Don't
I'm not dissing him. I like him and I wish him good luck. But 10 million?
Yeah, he's a £10 million player. He's playing fantastic for Leicester. He was just out of his depth at Tottenham. When you look at the market, right, what players are being bought and sold for, he's a £10 million. I wasn't surprised we got 10 million for him. £10 million player. If you're getting 9.5 for Sanchez, you should be getting 10 for Winks. Bloody hell!
Wow.
He did us some. He played well for us.
He did,
in a lot of games.
He's been deadwood for a couple of years. Let's be fair.
Yeah, I agree. But he was just—he's out of his depth now, Tottenham.
Yeah.
And I mean, under Poch, he had some brilliant games. So it's in there for him. So 10 million, I think, was welfare.
Sorry,
what did you think he was worth then?
I thought he'd end up going on a free.
No.
Or maybe 5 mil. I don't know. Right. Anyway, let me get rid of that. This summer transfer window, we got £154.2 million in from selling players such as Harry Kane and Davinson Sanchez and Harry Winks.
The majority of that's one player.
Yeah, the outgoings were £119.5 million, which means we actually only spent £34.7 million in the summer, leaving us Dyer, Davis, Sessegnon, Lloris, Højbjerg, Lo Celso. There's more than that, but I just Skip is another one. I didn't want to just put everyone on there. Skip is another deadwood as far as I'm concerned. Richarlison is deadwood as far as I'm concerned. And then in the summer, we've got Parrott, Spence.
You should have put them on the list if you think they're deadwood.
Yeah, but that's a matter of opinion. These are people, I think the majority of people would agree that this bunch are ones that Ange has come out and said that he was happy to get rid of.
Right.
And then on loan, we've got Parrott, Spence, Rodon, Tanganga and Ndombele coming back next summer.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, as a top club who wants to compete, yes, we're top of the league. I'm not debating that, but it's been 8 games, everyone. 8 games.
Right.
How can we possibly expect to compete when we are spending 34.7 million and aside from that, letting our best player by an absolute mile leave the club and not replacing him?
Yes. So you look at everything wrong, didn't you? You look at everything wrong. Right? How much did we spend on players? What was it?
154.2 million.
So that's what we spent on players.
Outgoings was 119. Hang on. What do you want to know? The net spend or
what we spent on players coming in?
The net spend was 34.7 million.
No, we spent on players, what we bought.
Right, 154.2 million.
Yeah, so we spent 154.2 million. What comes in and makes it into the net spend, right, is neither here nor there. We spent 154 million on players. So you can't say net spend was 34, so we only spent 34. No, we spent 154 on players, right?
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money, Kate. You know, we're not Chelsea who go and buy players for 80 million, and we're not Man City who go 60, 70 million regular, you know, or Liverpool who go and spend 70 or whatever. I think that's a good amount we spent, you know, and I'm not going to disagree. I would like to have seen a striker or a defender, but you can't do it all in one window. It's impossible. It's like you was moaning to me one day about the outgoings. I think we got a lot of the deadwood out. Not all that we wanted. We got a fair amount of them gone.
Yeah, but it's not that we've got them gone, darling. I've got to say, Daniel E made a good point. I didn't put into the outgoings the fact that we signed Porro and Kulu as permanent players. So we did spend on that as well. But if you look at the ones that we've got
That's
going
over
out,
200 million.
I don't know. What did we buy Kulu for? 15?
Kulu
16?
was, I think, 30. Was he 38?
Bloody hell! I wouldn't give you 38p for him.
Right, yeah, that's your opinion, darling. Right, and what about Porro? What did we spend on Porro?
I don't know. I haven't got my phone handy. I can't
think
remember.
he was 30 odd. If someone wants to,
I don't think Kulu was 30 odd. I thought he was about 15 million.
Who?
15 million.
No, Kulu's in the 30s.
I'm sure someone in the
someone
chat
knows.
By the way, big up Daniel E, big up Adrian Schroker, big up El Dante. Nice to see you all. Ellie saying, hey, Hoybieri's nicked Deadwood. You have to go through me, naughty Kate. The reason I said that is because he wants to go, Ellie. And let's be fair, it doesn't actually fit the system. But yeah, if you 36 mil for Kulu.
Yeah.
Blimey. So that takes us to 190 million.
72. Is it? 182.
What?
No, 180, sorry, is it? 150.
No, 192.
190, yeah. And then we got, I'm sure Porro was around 30.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, so let's just average it out. Let's say I'm sure it's more than 200, but let's Porro 39.7 Mia.
So let's say if we say 40, 76, so that's 220 million, say.
Yeah.
So we spent about 90 to 100 million.
No, we spent 200 million on players over.
Yes, but when you put
look, listen to me, right? It doesn't matter, right? That's nothing to do. That's not here nor there, right? We spent 220 million on players, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you sold and what you bought in. That's for the accountants and the bankers, and we spent 220 million on players.
You're a proper banker.
You're a wanker. I just say it.
But what my point was, you say, oh well, we did good. We got rid of some of the deadwood. No, we didn't.
Got rid of a lot of the deadwood.
Yeah, but we didn't really, because Troy Parrott, Jed Spence, Joe Rodon, Ndombele, Tanganga, they're all come back.
And what will happen?
All come back. Well, that's
they'll either sell them. Yeah, they'll either sell them or put them out on loan again. As long as they're not at our club, who cares if they're on loan or they're
Well, I care, because they run their contracts down and we won't get any money for them.
Kate, you're talking about players that what are you going to get for them? You know, Spence, well, you should get something. Let's say we got Parrott, you should get something. But I still think that Tottenham are hoping Parrott's going to come good. Harvey White, you'll get something for. Moore was released, which he deserved that. I don't know if it was the end of his contract, was he?
Daniel E has hit the nail on the head. How can a team who are so bad at selling players, and over 50% of the squad are Deadwood Championship players at best, some of them, how is that expected to compete over a whole season?
Yeah, do you know what? I am not in any sense whatsoever going to argue with that, because Tottenham are absolutely ridiculous at selling players. And I've said this to you before, Kate, so I'm not going to come on here and bum them up, because they're useless. I do not understand for the life of me, right, and how they get so many players in and then can't get rid of them and end up loaning them out.
Tottenham away,
I think they did quite good getting as many out as they did, even if it was on loan.
I believe this is Stel, Tottenham away. Big up to you, Stel. Thanks for joining us. He said, I've got a question for Jim. 23 years of Enoch and Levy. Name once in this 23-year period when Levy has built a decent squad, not 10 or 11 good starting players. If you can name once, I'll stop hating Enoch and Levy.
No, I don't want you to hate Enoch and Linky and Levy.
No, he's
I
saying
don't.
he's stop if you can
Yeah, but I
name
don't
one
want him
player.
to stop hating them because it's his choice to hate them. I don't love them. Believe me, I'm not a Levy lover, whoever that is, Stell or whoever it is. But I can't really name you one. The best we had was under Poch. But all we can hope for now is that he's come out and said he's made mistakes, Levy. Let's hope that he sticks by that and he lets Ange build a squad now. I'm not going to go down on my club and be a pessimist. And I think that this time we've turned a corner. But I can't argue with that. He hasn't never built a proper squad, that could challenge like City do and Arsenal have and Liverpool have. Never.
Still says, who cares how much we spend? The managers need to be in charge for 3 to 4 years to build the squad.
Yeah.
Enoch and Levy sack managers on average every 18 months. So what's your argument, Jim?
There's not an argument. All I'm saying is we're just judging this window, right? I'm hoping that this time that he's going to learn his lesson and he backs Ange Postecoglou. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not going to back him because we don't know that. We will find out in January because he needs to spend money in January.
And then he's put, we are 23 years into a 3-year project. Tell me you see what a joke this is.
Of course I do. Look, who is it? Will you tell me his name?
I think it's Stell. I'm
Stell,
not sure.
listen to me. Stell, listen to me. Last season, I didn't watch half the games. I wouldn't watch them. I refused to watch them because it was so diabolically shit. It was absolutely pathetic, the football. Who wants to watch football where they're sticking 10 men behind the ball and having Harry Kane up front, and trying to get everybody on the break? It's not football. It's absolute crap. And I didn't watch half of the games. Kate will tell you that. I'd start watching a game and then see how they're going to play and switch it off. Put a film or something on.
I think this is a complete fallacy, Mick Dundee. I'm sorry. I think this is such a fallacy that Ange is having the final word of all players coming in.
You can't say that.
Can I say what my bit? I don't know for sure. Of course I don't. But are you telling me if you go back over the years and look at the players that have been brought in for managers, and the people say, oh, Poch wanted so-and-so, or Conte wanted so-and-so, the Jedson Fernandezes, that sort of player I'm talking about. Ange will say, these are the players I like, 5, 6, 7 choices. If Levy comes to him and says, right, I can't get you 1, 2, 3, 4, but I can get you 5, 6, 7.
That's not backing him in my sense.
Yeah, but people say, well, Ange had wanted him because he was on his list. But if he's bottom of the list, then he's not really backing him.
He needs to, I think, right? I mean, you could say first, second, third choice might be all in the same bracket. Definitely, I would say the top 2 choices be in the same bracket. But if you start going down to fourth, fifth, sixth choice, then he's not backing him. Because
this is what Levy does year after year, manager after manager.
Kate, listen to me, right? You can bang on about Levy and Enoch as much as you like, right? Because we've had 23 years of shit from them. And I agree. Shit after shit after shit, right? But you've got to hope now this time. He's brought Ange in, right? He's given him a 4-year contract. He ain't giving an 18-month contract. He's given him a 4-year contract, right? We've had a decent window, right? Nobody can sit there and say to me that we haven't had a decent window. So let's hope that he follows it up in January and he follows it up in the summer. So until that, listen to me, let me finish, right? Until that time comes, I won't sit here and slag my club down, right? I won't sit here and slag Levy down, right? I won't do it. I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he's bought the director of football in, he's bought money in. I hope he's going to take a step back because Levy is absolutely shit on the football side of football. He can't buy a player. He can't sell a player. He can't. Everyone says about his negotiation. When it comes to footballers, he's shit at negotiating. If he was any good, he'd have bought Grealish for 25 million. He's absolutely crap around football. I'm hoping because I'm not Levy out in the sense of I want him completely gone from the club. I want him out the football side. I'm Levy out the football side. Levy on the business side is fantastic. So if you have him in the background doing the business for the club, look how we've flourished with the stadium, with the stuff he's got going on there, money we got coming in. Let him do that and let him football people take care of football. I don't understand why people want him to sell because he's took our club on the money side, up
Yeah,
to
but
one of the best in the world. But it's the
you don't
football
get
side.
trophies for that, though. You don't get
No,
trophies for
Tony,
being
I'm saying that to
sustainable.
you, but listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. The football side, we need the fucker out of it. He needs to have nothing to do with the football because he's shit. You know, the players I've seen him let go for a couple of million, you know, that would have made a massive difference to our club. Get rid of him out of the football side. Take care of what you're good at. He's an accountant.
Two things. First of all, I just absolutely 1,000,000% totally agree with what El Dante's just put. The only way Ange has the final say is if he's told we're buying this player and Ange says, okay, then. That's exactly what I believe. You also said, Jim, we have had...
Look. Listen to me.
I'll let you finish. No, I'll let you finish. You just said to me, we've had a decent window. No one can argue that. But your argument for this show was I said it's been an average window and you said it's been very good.
It is a good window for me. I think it's a really good window. We spent a 220 million, Kate. It's not that's not to be sneezed at.
But we sold our best player for 100 million.
I know that, but look, listen to me, right? That's out of our hands. We can't do nothing about that. And he never replaced him. I agree with that. I'm sure they're going to replace him, right? But what I'm saying to you is spending 220 million is not to be sniffed at. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, Kate. It could have spent more. Maybe they could have spent more. But I'm not going to sit here and moan when we've bought Vicario, we've bought Porro, we bought Kulu. I know you don't like Kulu. We've bought Madders, yeah. Solomon, you know, BJ. I'm not going to sit here and moan and say, well, we've had a shit window, because in my eyes, my personal opinion, I think we've had a good window.
I didn't say shit. I said average.
Right. Well, I think it's more than average.
Daniel E says, I'm still trying to work out how a team loses one of the best strikers on the planet and not replace him properly and think they can win a title. Daniel, that was my opening argument. And you could sit and try and work it out. That you can't work it out. It's madness. Ange said there wasn't as many players that came in during the window as there wasn't enough players available that he wanted. Yeah, if you remember, I think you'll find if you went back on every press conference from managers over the past 5, 6, 7 years, they've all said the same thing. Isn't that funny?
What's that?
Funny. Well, we wanted these players, but they weren't available. What a load of old rubbish!
Look,
you just go in and pay the money.
Kate. We know that trick, and we know this. That. All I'm saying to you is, right, I know the strokes that leave his Paul. I've supported this club for 55 years. Right, I've seen a bit more than a lot of people in the chat. Right, and I know for the last 23 years that we've been fucked over, even with Poch. You know, 3 windows. We're not backing Poch. Poch was on a roll, and we was right up there challenging, right, for everything. Champions League, the Premiership, right, the cups, getting to semi-finals of cups, and he didn't back him. He's a twat, absolute twat. He should have dipped his hand in his pocket, and he should have backed Poch at the right time, and we wouldn't be here now having this conversation.
Nick Dundee, can I ask you something quickly? Are you a long-term Tottenham fan, or are you a recent Tottenham fan because you like Ange? The reason I ask is I think you'll find that even the biggest doubters would all love Ange, but you know about Ange, that's fine. But we know about our club, and this is what happens every year. This is what happens every single year with Spurs. That's the point. It's not that we don't trust Ange. I believe if Ange was backed, he could bring massive success to our club. Do I think Levy will back him? No.
He said, I follow Ange.
Right, okay. I agree with you, January. I know I'm going through the chat. I'm so the far thing is,
I don't know who is it. Stell, is it? Stell, yeah, listen to me, right? I'm not gonna sit here and slag something down, right? That's not happened, right? And I think, what's that? And I think we had a decent window. I don't know what you think, right? But I think we had a good window. Spending 220 million is not to be sneezed at. But what we have to do now, we have to follow it up. You know, and I'm not going to sit here and slag Levy down because he spent 220 million, right? Let's see what he does in January. If we go through January and we don't spend anything, I'll be on here putting him down to the ground.
El Dante, this is what I said. If we wanted Johnson that bad, why did we wait till the last week? On your spending thing, Jim, what I will say is in February, Tottenham recorded that their total revenue was up by 23% to £444 million. Profit from operations up 16% to 112 million. Loss after tax reduced to 50 million. Total revenue for the year increased 22.7% to 444 million. And 200 million is acceptable when we've got 119 of that back.
But look, Kate, you don't listen to what I tell you, right? Honestly, sometimes I think you've got a hole in your ear. What I'm saying to you, right? We spent 220 million is a lot of money, but you've got to also look. People go, oh, we should have bought Tapsoba, right? There might have been complications why we couldn't get him. Maybe he didn't want to come. Maybe the club didn't want to sell him. Maybe he had his eyes open somewhere else, you know. And you've got to look at that side of it. You can't just say we should have bought, because sometimes these players you ain't able to buy them for certain reasons. There's a lot in the chain that's linked to buying a player, you know. And you've got to remember that it's not just, let's go and give 70 million for Tapsoba. You know, there might have been other things obstacles in the way to stop it. So you've got to look at that side of it. Not every person you want can be bought.
No, the thing with Tapsoba was we could have got him. They just kept putting the price up, which I think is unacceptable. But at the same time,
do you know what? I'm 100% behind Levy, because if you do a deal with someone, right? You know me, if I shake my hand with someone, I'll never go back on that deal, even if I lost money. Once more, I shake my hand. So you can't, if they keep putting the price up, fuck off. You agreed a deal. You want to put the price up, piss off. Why should he have to keep putting?
But he did it. They put the price up for Phillips, and he paid it because it was cheap.
Yeah, because that's different. That's to a football club like Tottenham, it's peanuts.
Darren, I agree. Vicario, Madison, and
no. Listen to me, Kate. He didn't pay it. He waited, and there was he didn't pay it. They wanted 3 point. They went. He was up for 2. They wanted 3.5, but there was something in his contract that a certain date he could go for the 2 million, and Levy waited and got him for the 2 million. He didn't pay it.
Van der Ven, Vicario, Madison have been fantastic. Haven't seen anything of Felice. Haven't seen anything of Ashley Phillips. Not been impressed particularly with Solomon. And Brennan Johnson, again, not seen enough of him. So 3 of our signings have hit the ground running. I agree with that. That's half. Just look what happened with Conte and Spence. Maybe I'm wrong to have my doubts, but I find it hard to believe that suddenly we leave Ange to it. You're so true, Al Dente.
So read that again, Kate. Read that again.
Just look at what happened with Conte and Spence. Maybe I'm wrong to have my doubts, but I find it hard to believe suddenly we are just going to leave Ange to it. Levy cannot help but get his grubby little hands involved. He cannot help himself. I'm sure
I said this last week. I'm sure Ange would have sat him down and said to him, you know, if you want me to build a winning team, Ange said in one of his very first interviews, I'll come to Tottenham Hotspur to change it from the top to the bottom. Do you remember him saying that?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think that he's going to sit down with Levy and they've discussed this, and then all of a sudden, after a few months, he's changed his mind. If he wants Ange to build a team and to change this club round, Levy's admitted he's made mistakes. He's going to have to let Ange do it his way. What's this one from
Still says Ange on a 4-year contract paying just 2 million per year is less costly than Conte on 15 million per year for 1 year. Ange is a cheap manager to sack, so don't get sucked into the 4-year contract talk.
Yeah, you know, you all got your own opinions, but I won't have it. I won't have it, right? That Ange is not here, right? I'm convinced Ange is here to rebuild this club, right? He's the right person to do it. You can tell that.
El Dante, we were after Madison apparently before Ange arrived. So who's going to tell me that we only bought him as Ange chose him? Exactly that. And Stell says he loves your passion, Jim.
I love my club still. Still, for 55 years I've supported this club, and I've loved it every day. Outside my wife, my animals, and my son, right? It's the biggest thing in my life, you know, and it always has been.
Final say he would have told Levy his conditions for coming to Spurs. You don't know Ange. Everyone said the same thing about Conte. Everyone said the same thing about Mourinho. Everyone says the same thing about everything. He's getting paid 2 million a year. He can only do so much.
Like, Kate, listen, all we can do, right, because I was behind Conte until I started seeing the football he played, and I told you last week, I can't ever remember him playing that shit football at Chelsea, because all I remember was them winning everything. Not that I really watched them, because I detest them with a passion. I'd rather have one of my nuts taken out than support them. But we just have to wait and see. I believe this time we're going to turn the corner. If I'm wrong, right, I will never ever come on here about another manager again and say it. But I think this time we're going to turn a corner. I really do.
And that, my darling, is why you are an eternal optimist. And that's a great way to be. But I take on 23 years of evidence and say, nah.
Everybody's different, you know. I won't sit back and we get a new manager. I've always backed the new managers, you know that, right? Even if I didn't like them, right? I wouldn't back Potter because I can't stick the twat. But I've always backed our managers and our players. Even when I knew a player weren't great, I said to you, I won't put him down until he starts showing us that he is shit. I won't. It's my club, and I will get behind my club, and I will believe that we can win things. You know, and that's just me.
Isn't Ange about the value signings of relative unknowns? Mick Dundee, and not throwing 40 million in last week as a player. Yeah, 47 million for Brennan Johnson. None of it adds up. Liverpool Man U have started sniffing about Tapsoba. That's why the price went up. Yeah, but if we'd have done our business early, this is the same thing again. Didn't done early. Ange's best move was not signing. Ange's best move, not signing, was putting Basuma and Sarr in our midfield. That was a masterstroke and contributed so much to why we win matches. El Dante, yes, you're right. He obviously sees the value in him. Tapsoba went from 35 to 55. Yeah, agreed. I can't work out why you reckon this window is very good. We have left itself so light in quality of depth, it takes an injury. Well, this is what I'm going to go on to
look,
now.
Daniel E, I've learned one thing about you, Daniel E. You're a nice fella, I know that. But you disagree with everything I say, so I'm not surprised anymore.
Well, he thinks a lot like me. He's more of
I know
a realist.
I know that. But I can't see why people think that it wasn't a good window. You spent 220 million, right? And you've got to look at the whole thing of it. It's not possible to get every player in you want in one window, and it's not possible to get every player out. Count the players that went out, even if they went out on loan, right? It was more. It was a lot more. I mean, it was looking dire with a few weeks to go. That was going to be stuck with all of them, and all of a sudden they started going out one after the other. You can't do everything in a window, and it's Ange's first window. You've got to be realistic. They couldn't go out and get every player they wanted. You know, maybe Ange hadn't identified every player he wanted yet.
Jim Swearbox, heaven, I'd make a packet. Yeah. You're not supposed to swear.
Sorry.
Bobby says, Kate, you're not wrong in being a little bit pessimistic about if Ange will be back because of the pass with the ball, but right now we have a lot to look forward to. First time in a long time.
Yeah.
As positive as I am about Ange and the team, I still maintain my cynical view of Levy. It's a gamble. Same will succeed, but I'm up for a punt on this club right now after years of misery.
That's all I am, Cooper. That's exactly what I am. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say Levy's not going to back Ange. I won't do it because I think he will back him. Let's see in January. I'll be coming on here in February, maybe, saying told you so, or I was wrong.
Right, well, I was going to go on to injuries because, hang on, what's this? Big up Jamie, big up Nippon as well. Saw you come in. Is Levy taking a new role just going to lead to some backseat drive in regards to transfers? He said he was doing this when Paratici came in and he can't help himself but get involved and make himself busy. So,
okay, what's the point? What's the point, right? What's the point of putting another two people on the payroll if you're going to do the work? There's no point. He's put two more people on the payroll for a reason. The proof is in the pudding. That's right.
Yeah. Daniel, you think leaving ourselves so light? Right. Well, the latest news today is, Ellie, we didn't get Madison though, did we? Until Ange came. Yeah, we got him then because he had a year left on his contract and was cheap. Come on, Ellie. Come on, lovely. You know that's the truth. Donna Cullen's in the house. Big up Luton Dan, hope you're well. Big up to you both. I'll say this, we finished 8th last season, so getting right players harder as we're not offering Europe. If you're a young player wanting European football, Spurs would be a risk at start. Yeah, I get that. Ian Ferguson, no complaints so far this season. I'll start giving Levy some credit if we have another decent summer next year, and even then I won't trust him. Right, it's come out today that Christian Romero has picked up an ankle injury.
Right.
It's
Do
also
we know how bad he is?
not yet, but he limped off just before half time. It's also Sonny was very bent over in pain after his 90 minutes he played for South Korea. Sarr picked up a knock during the international break. This is where the window has been bad, because you take Romero out the team, who'd you put in there? Dyer or Davis? Come on, who do we put in there?
Well, I would have said the young kid, but he's injured, isn't he? You said
Ashley Phillips has got an injury. I mean, they're saying, El Dante, I agree. If he's injured, we could use Dorrington. He won't, though. He won't. He
you
showed
don't know that.
against...
Let's wait and see what Ange does. You've got to trust him.
Yeah, but look at
That's
the
why he's the
Luton game.
manager. That's why he gets paid big money.
Look at the Luton game. He had all the oldies on the bench, not one youngster. Perfect opportunity to put some youngsters on the bench.
Look, Kate, I'm not a football manager, right? I'm just somebody who loves football and loves Tottenham. And I'm going to trust what he does, and let's see what he does. I'm not, I can't see him putting Dyer in. But if he does, he does. Nothing we can do. Maybe he's worked with him and got him playing better. I don't know if a miracle's going to happen. But
Emerson's...
let's see. This is the times, right? Times like this is you're going to see how good Ange is. I
totally agree with what Mick says, but this is what Levy does. We was on the precipice of winning the Champions League final. We was like that much behind Manchester City and the big guns, and he didn't back Poch. We had 3 windows. He didn't sign anyone.
That was criminal. He should have been put in prison for that. He should have got 6 years in prison. 2 years for every window he didn't buy someone.
Yeah, Mia says you could play Emerson, so does Lee Smith. Bobby says, I understand why people are pessimistic, but I don't think there's cause for being negative right now. I'm riding this wave. I don't think I'm being negative. I'm being realistic, and it will show. I mean, this could all be a ruse, and Romero be fine and Sonny be fine. What my point is, if they're not fine, our squad is wafer thin. It's all very well saying stick Dorrington in, but they haven't had any first-team experience in the Premier League. It's a completely different situation stepping up from the under-21s to play in the Premier League first team. Do you agree with that, Jim?
Yeah, but he's been working with them. Which is, I'm just going to trust. I'm on the Ange train, right? And I'm there at the front. Me, Kuva, and Bobby, we're in first class. We're drinking champagne and we're eating strawberries, and that's because of Ange, right? So I'm going to trust him, and let's see what he does. Let's see what type of manager he is.
It's not Ange. This is the point. Why don't people understand?
It's him to sort the team out, and he's working with players. Let's see what he's done with them, right? And how they perform. It is. It's him. It's up to him to work with them. And get look at Porro. What a change he's made in Porro. That's one for starters. Managers can change players. Some managers suit players and some managers don't. Obviously, Conte he didn't suit half the team. But let's see. I'm just going to trust Ange, and we'll see when he brings people in how they do. We do need players, Kate, 1,000,000%, right? But he can only work with what he's got, and let's see what he's done with them.
Finish with this comment, Mia. Poch's choice to play Kane. First of all, he was in a lose-lose situation, because had we lost and he not played Kane, he'd been slated. If we'd have won, and he hadn't,
if he'd have played Moura and we'd lost, they'd say he should have played Kane. We played Kane, he lost. They say he should have played Moura. So
and the thing was. There was rumours. I don't know how true they are, that it was in Kane's contract that he gets to play in every final if fit. I don't know how true that is.
I don't think Kane should have played.
No, nor do I. Yeah, we've had this discussion many times.
Yeah, I think Moura should have played. I think he'd earned the right to play as well.
Absolutely. Luton Dan says, if first team players are fit and under contract, then they will be on the bench surely. Even if you're Dyer, you won't accept it. A kid being on a bench heading you. No, I mean, Dyer was on the bench the other day for the Luton game. So was Davis. So was Skip. So was Højbjerg. Darren, no disrespect. I don't give a shit about Arsenal and their proxy project. Let's bottle the last 2 seasons. I ain't Mexican, Hamar. What's this one? Still, sorry, I just heard Jim say we spent 220 million. No, we didn't. A lot of that money was owed for transfers in the past, i.e. Porro, Kula and Udogie.
Yeah.
There's 95 million right there.
Yeah, but it was still they owed it, they paid it. It still went out the club.
Yeah, the squad
I know that. I do know that.
The squad lacks massive depth. Massive depth. I mean,
Yeah,
it's wafer thin, and it's starting to show already.
Look, we're on the start of a journey, right? The train's gone out the station. We're on our journey. We've got to get to a few windows for him to build the squad he wants. Let's have trust. Let's believe that it's going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and think we're just going to be a pile of dog shit again like last year and be miserable. We won't watch football. I think last year, I watched 2 match of the days all season. I wouldn't watch match of the day. This year, I've watched every one of them.
I am not telling people not to be excited, not to get on the train. Just saying, try and be a little bit realistic. We've got 7 games in December. These injuries are going to cost us massively.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but you must be able to acknowledge that.
I backed Tottenham to win the league, Katie Boxall, right? And I backed Tottenham to win the FA Cup. If I lose my money, don't give a shit. I'm going to believe. I believe in my club. I believe.
No, you're deluded. You're deluded.
Oh, maybe I am. It's going to be a nice ride. I've enjoyed the ride so far.
The one thing about stepping up from the under-21s is that the under-21s are flying and they play the same style, so the step-up is less than it's ever been. Yeah, I agree with that. And also, obviously, in January, we're going to lose Sonny, Sarr and Basuma to the African Cup of Nations and the Asian Cup. So we need these youngsters to step up. I believe, Cantab, that Phillips is injured. Someone can correct me if that's not right, but I'm sure he's injured. I'm sure he's got a knock.
I hadn't heard it until you said it.
I heard it on another stream, but I don't know if it's true. Ellie says that will be true, but he could have joined many teams. He decided to join Ange, so there you go again, Kate. Yeah, but Maddison, he wanted to join us before. Conte didn't want him, and I don't believe Levy would have paid. If he'd have had 4 years left on his contract, I don't believe Levy would have bought him.
Doesn't matter now anyway, he's here. That's all that matters.
I don't think it made much difference whether Kane played, as the referee decided we'd lose in the first minute with the armpit penalty. Won't cry over it or demand a replay, but that was harsh. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, 100%. Pathetic penalty.
If Ange walks or Levy sacks him, we are poo big time. Who's coming in if that happens? Well, let's not think about that yet. But it will happen. I'm almost certain it'll happen eventually.
Oh, my God, you people. Oh, my God, you people. You just... Everything's doom and gloom. You think
doom
the worst. He's only just got his foot in the door. He's got his foot in the door, and for 8 games, we've been fantastic. You know,
we haven't though.
Well, in your eyes, I think we've been fantastic because we're top of the league. We've ground out results. You know, we fought our arse off at Luton with 10 men, won, beat Liverpool
we
at home.
Haven't played well.
Well, you haven't played well. What? We won Liverpool. We're top of the league. Well, how can you sit there and you start talking about Ange being sacked? Oh my God!
I'm just saying, I think it will happen eventually. I do, because that's how Levy operates.
Maybe it will happen eventually. Maybe in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
No, as
long as that. Talking about him being sacked. He's then just got his foot in the door. The train's just left the station. Enjoy the ride. God. Talking about him being sacked.
And that's my point. Sorry to sound like Sava. I mean that Ange may not be able to even pick the players he wants on the bench because of other Deadwood's contracts. Exactly that. Exactly that, Dan. I totally agree with you 100%.
These players on the bench, right? These muppets and these maggots that have just sucked our club, right? They'll be gone in the next few windows. He will get them all out. He's not going to have people on the bench he doesn't want, and he obviously doesn't want them because he's not playing them, right? So he needs people on the bench.
The thing is, it's not him. It's Levy. He could have got rid of Lloris. He could have let Lloris go on a free. He could have let Lloris go on a free, but he wanted to hold out and get money for him. Lloris has been an incredible servant for our club, and he wouldn't even let him go on a free.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the other side. If he lets Lloris go, right? If he lets Lloris go, he's still got to pay up his money.
He's not got long left, does he?
Well, you know, why let someone go if you're paying them their wages?
Do you think Donnelly, Moore and Dorrington will play a part in January? I hope so. I hope they play a part before January. They need minutes because we're going to need them to step up in January. Santiago, another fantastic player. We've got some fantastic youth players, but we need to give them some minutes now so that they're ready
good.
for January.
I've watched some of them play.
Yeah,
On
fantastic. The
Spurs
youth.
play, and I'll tell you what, they're good players. He is integrating them into the first team, so they need to get on the pitch. But someone said yesterday on one of the streams, when you're 5-1 up against Burnley, that's the time to bring them on. And it is. I mean, he should have had someone, but I suppose you don't know how games are going to go. But if they're on the bench and you're 5-1 up, that's when you want to stick them in, see how they do.
Yeah. The squad has experience and players that will fight hard to impress off the bench. And I feel we will cope if the spine of our team is strong. We can still get great results, so don't underestimate this.
Yeah.
Moore is definitely not playing any part. Is he even 16? I don't know how old Mikey Moore is, actually. Big up Jazz Fusion. Hope you're well. All managers are hired to be fired, inevitable, but no need to trouble yourself about it. Embrace the time. I agree. Maybe I have been hanging around with Sava too much, but I think I'm level-headed way before I met Sava. Don't you think, Jim?
Yeah, she's always, because I've always been an optimist. When a manager comes in, I back him straight away. Kate never wanted Conte. She said he weren't right for the club, and I said I think he'd do well, and I was wrong. But I can't. I mean, I can't ever remember him playing that shit football before. Not that I really watched him much, but all I remember was Chelsea won everything when he was there. But she's always been like this. I'm the upside of the marriage, and Kate's the downside.
Oh, the downside, the level-headed, realistic side.
Yeah.
Didn't play well, subjective. In my opinion, we played well, went down to 10 men against Luton and got a deserved win. Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying Luton, but I'm saying I think there's games where Sheffield United, I wasn't impressed with us. I didn't think we played well against Liverpool. The first half against Man United was a bit suspect. We haven't kicked in, and I don't expect us to, because it's only been 8 games. And this is the point I'm making the whole time. It is only 8 games. It's all these people that think we're going to win the league. It is only 8 games. What are we, 22%?
I don't think there's loads of us, Kate, but there's a few of us.
I think it's 22% through the season we are. 22%. That's nothing. We need to think about that. The fans and supporters want more and deserve more. 4 years of shit ain't that easy to forget. Exactly.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
It makes us cynical.
I agree with that, but I'm not going to walk into a season where we've just got a new manager, which I think is fantastic. Right, I love him to bits. Brought in some fantastic players that have hit the ground running. I'm not going to sit here and start thinking, well, we ain't going to win this and Ange is going to get sacked. No, we're going to win and Ange ain't going to get sacked. Until it happens, and then I'll talk about it then. But I'm on the upside. That's it, finished. I won't never be on the downside.
Says if Levy would have paid up Deadwood contracts, I'd have believed more that he will back Ange. If we are 3rd in January, we'll be different than if we're 6th. The trouble with setting that precedent, Dan, I don't disagree, but if you start paying up a contract, every player is going to say, well, I'll just sit on the bench or you can pay up my contract. And you're setting a dangerous precedent doing that. It could cost the club a fortune, especially with players like Ndombele.
Kate, just before you go there, Ian Barron has said, Kate and Jim, please, can you read my big message out? Thanks.
You're further down the chat. I'm not there yet. So we're paying Lloris over 100 grand a week to be a training player. Might as well release and get his unhappy face away from the club, same as Dyer. Is this the big message? You could be a Darlington FC fan. We were made bankrupt in 2011, reformed in 2012, demoted 4 leagues. We're currently a part-time fan-owned National League North club. We have only had 3 promotions to date. Yeah, big up to you, Ian. I'm not debating. There's teams obviously far worse off than us. My whole point was, I love Ange. I love where Ange is taking us. I've got faith in Ange. I don't have faith in Levy. And I don't understand where this hang on. What's the word I'm trying to think? Where this unwarranted sense of confidence has come from that Levy's going to change.
Do you not think, right? Do you not think that he sat down with Ange and he said he's made mistakes? He might. Do you not think that he could think to himself, right, I'm going to have to do something. There's protests that people hate me. There's people singing, hating him in the thing. Is it not possible that he could have turned around and looked in the mirror and said, do you know what? I've got to make changes here. Brought Ange in, had the long conversation with Ange. And said they had 2 or 3 meetings before he took the job, you know, and he laid out what he wanted, and he said the club agreed. So do you not think there's a chance that he will back what he said to Ange?
I'm on the train of, I really hope he's hired this Lange or Longe or however you say his name. I'm going to call him Lange because it rhymes with Ange. At Lange, Scott Munn, and Postecoglou. That unit there, along with all the other little people below him, and are going to do the football side, and Levy take a back seat. That's what I'm hoping. But do I think realistically it'll happen? No. Paratici came in. Levy said, I'm taking a step back. But he couldn't help himself. He can't help himself.
I think Paratici did do most of the business, Kate. I think he did.
Maybe. Big up Robbie from Lily White Lane. Hope you're well, lovely. Nice to see you. Luton Dan says, if we're 6
Rob's
points
the same
clear,
age as me, and he just, I'm backwards. My age is backwards.
Yeah, he's 16. You're 61. If we're 6 points clear and 6 games to go, looking at our games, I'd still be pessimistic. Yeah, we've got a dreadful run coming up. Big up, Jim. Your sunshine always looks brightest when in contrast to that bloody rain cloud. Basking in the warmth of Jim. Sava has used a plane tool and smoothed your head, Kate. Me and Sava have got a lot in common. We agree on ever such a lot of stuff. He does agree with me on a lot of what I say, and I agree with him. We've both got higher standards for our club, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
Yeah, but I've got higher standards for our club, but I think our club is going that way now. It's not going that way, it's going that way. We've had enough of that. Now it's that.
Yeah, and that's the trouble. And he could end up being a victim of his own success, because we all thought he might go like that, and he's going like that. Wait, and now the fans are all, we're going to win the league because we're going like that, and eventually it's going to start doing that.
Kate, do you know what? When has Levy ever listened to what the fans have said? Right?
You're the one who just said. You're the one who just said, "Oh, he's probably thinking, oh, the fans hate me, and I'm going to change."
That's something you can't avoid if someone's telling you they hate you, right? But what I'm saying is, he's not going to listen to the fans saying, "Oh, we're going to win the league now." He's going to listen to Ange, his manager, the one who's building the team. And if Ange says to him, "We need this, this, and this," he's going to listen.
Yeah, but
I hope he listens.
Here go, I need Tapsoba, and he'll go, "Oh, we couldn't get him. Here's Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth." And the thing is, Jim, you smirking because you know I'm right. This is what. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm smirking because I was sitting here right at the beginning of the stream, and I was thinking, I wonder how long it's going to take you to throw Lloyd Kelly in my face. I was wondering that, and it's took what is it? An hour and 20 minutes. You've done well.
But this is what happens. You know, who did Harry Redknapp want? And he ended up with Louis Saha and someone else. Yes, we get the Primark version.
It's gone
every time.
Let's look forward now instead of looking back all the time.
Bobby, can imagine having no Tottenham for 6 months whilst you were getting reformed like Darlington FC back in the day. Big up, Colin Fitzgerald. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Irish Hotspur subscribers are a deluded bunch. They're talking about being in a title race. We're only 8 games in. That's how I feel. Do you know what? Big up to anyone who wants to be that deluded.
Do you know what?
Let me finish. I allow anyone to celebrate how they want. I allow people to be deluded. You know, be a happy clapper. It's great. You know, if that's what you want to do. But for me, I'd rather be more realistic, not build the hopes up to get them shattered. That's just me. Go on, Jim. Sorry.
Hang on.
Right, I'll move on to something else if you ain't going to talk.
Oh, I was going to say to you, right? What did he say, Dan? I forgot now.
Irish Hotspur subscribers are deluded. We're going to win a race.
Look, at the end of the day, right? We all support our club, right? People are entitled to think they're going to win the league. Doesn't mean they're deluded. It means that they've got faith in Ange, and they've got faith in the players, and they've got faith that it's going to change.
No, it means they're deluded, darling.
Why is it deluded?
Because it means that they think that our squad is going to beat the likes of Liverpool and Man City to the title.
Well, we beat Liverpool. We drew with Arsenal at Arsenal.
I'm not talking about a game. I'm talking about consistently over the season.
Well, we've been consistent so far. So what's saying we won't be consistent for the next 8 games and the next 8 games after that?
I can't cope.
I can't cope with how you think you're so sure that everything's going to fall apart.
Because it will. We've already got 3 injuries to key players.
Excuse me, madam. I live in the same house as you. Where the fuck is your crystal ball? Where do you keep it?
We've got 3 injuries, have we not?
And
Romero, Sarr, Sonny.
let's see how we cope with it.
Yeah, you watch the wheels start falling off.
I tell you what, good job I weren't like you. We'd be in trouble in this house, wouldn't we?
We both probably killed ourselves. If I see Spurs currently as I'm hoping it's all going to change and improve as the buzz is amazing, but feel it'll be a case of the end team missing at the end of our motto. Yeah, to dare is to don't. Exactly that. Jimmy's not sunshine, he is the sun. Was Lloyd Kelly going for gold? That was Henry Kelly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ryan Nelson, that was it. See what I mean? We end up with the wish version of whatever players they want. I had a notepad somewhere and I can't freaking find it. Did you move it when you did your stream?
No.
Oh, hang on 1 second. You can talk.
Yeah, I can talk. Loser. God. There's nothing wrong with wanting to wish we're going to win the league. There's nothing wrong with it. I understand everybody down and gloom and hello, darling.
I don't even have to hear what you just said. I can see the.
I was telling them how much I loved you.
Yeah, you liar. I'm going to watch this back. And if you've said anything horrible, I ain't cooking you dinner tonight. You can do it yourself. And feed yourself. No more trifle on the here comes Ange on the choo-choo train. Open wide. No more of that for you, Mr. B.
I need a bath coat and sweat in here because my
yeah, well, you better do it your bloody self. Down. You can do it your bloody self. Don't fall over, will you? Yeah, see, you don't realise how much you need me. Let's get to the chat. We were linked with Suarez, got Saha. They went on worse form and ended up full. Yeah, see, history tells us Levy is a twat.
History's there to be changed. It's there to be changed.
I just see what you wrote. You can see why I'm scared of Kate. No, but I let you finish. You should let me finish. That's how it works. Otherwise, we end up shouting at each other.
Sorry.
Yeah, we are top of the league, but it's 8 games. Don't mean anything. One down to lead is the next. I'm sure we will smash everyone.
Hang on. Don't make statements, right? And then just carry on talking, right? What did you just say?
We're top of the league. But it doesn't mean nothing. This is only 8 games.
You said it doesn't mean nothing.
No, I said it doesn't mean nothing because it's only 8 games.
Excuse me. You said it doesn't mean nothing. That's what you said.
No, because it's only 8 games I put on the end of it.
Of course it means something. It means we're top of the league after 8 games. It's massive.
Oh, do you get a trophy for that then?
No, but you're working towards a trophy. You can't get a trophy if after 8 games you're 14th. You're not working towards a trophy that way, are you? You're working towards a trophy after 8 games being top of the league. So you can keep going towards that goal. Of course it's something. It's massive.
It's not massive.
Oh, my God. Do you know what? If we don't win anything this season, it's your fault.
Do you know what? This is why Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans take the piss because of fans like you that are so deluded.
Know what, Kate? I don't care if they take the piss out of me. They can watch the stream and they can laugh their bollocks off at me. I don't care. Right? I don't care.
You laughed at them last season.
At the end of the I did laugh at Arsenal because I hate them.
Right? Exactly. But you're doing what they did. Oh, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league.
Yeah, but I'm doing what I feel maybe they felt that. I laughed at them because they never won it. I didn't want them to win it, and they're going to laugh at us if we don't win nothing. So I don't care about Arsenal. I care about Tottenham. But don't say it's nothing that we're top of the league. Of course, it's something.
Well, unless we're going to get a trophy for it, it means nothing to me.
Yeah, but we're working towards that by being top of the league. After
do you know, according to Opta, we've had the easiest start to the season out of any Premier League game team.
Yeah, Opta.
I swear to you.
Yeah, who was in charge of Opta? Was it Arteta?
Right. I think it's time to vote. I think we've put I've done all the slides. Yeah. This is the situation. I still say our window was bang average because been left with we do final arguments, Jim. Okay.
Right.
I'm saying our window is bang average. Yes, we've signed some superstars, particularly Van der Ven, Madison, and Vicario, who are playing out of their box. However, we've left ourselves massively short with the likes of Romero. Now, if he gets injured, we might have Davis or Dyer step in. We've got no striker really, apart from Sonny. So if he's injured, we're screwed. We sold our best player and haven't replaced him. So now it's your turn, Jim.
Are you going to bath me and cook me dinner? If I will say what I want to say. Depends on what.
Whether you win or not. Come on, do your final argument. You've already got Team Gyms, which is crap because they're only doing it because they like you. Because it's a stupid...
It's not because they like me. It's because it's the passion. It's what you've got to want it, to believe it, and if you want to win it.
You can't have little K and big K saying Team Jim. They're at school, you bloody cheat. If you think the transfer window is bang average, it's Team K. If you think it was very good, according to Jim, it's Team Jim.
It was a really good window. I mean, I don't understand the players we bought in and how they've hit the ground running, right? That people can think it's not a good window. You know, I don't understand that. What's Cooper saying?
If it's only 8 games, and yet the teams you'd expect to be near the top of there, and the teams you'd expect to be the bottom there, yet we're the only club who have no chance of staying there.
Yeah, which is what it's the way people think. It was a good window. It was a really good window. I don't see how people can think it's not. You know,
well, I've just told you why.
Because everyone we bought of it has hit the ground running. Right, you can't go out and buy every player you want in one window, and you can't get rid of every player you want in one window. We got rid of a lot of the crap. You know, and we still got to get rid of more. But he's the sort of person that believes in aliens.
He does believe in aliens, and he believes that the Walking Dead will come true one day. Kate is cautious. Jim's the eternal optimist. Let's see his wisdom comes true come at 38 matches. Do you know what? I hope Jim's right. I would love to see us win the league, and I'd love to be buddied. But
what was that one you just bypassed?
Bobby's going through his neighbours, his mums, his dads, and they don't count. So there you go. I thought it was decent. Who do I vote? Sorry, I'm Team Jim. Sunny Jimmy Jim. We trust Save Jim.
Yeah, Mia.
I just want to post this because I've watched some of your streams, Mia. I
enjoyed the one this morning. I thought it was good.
I'm just going to post this. That's a flip-flop alert, just so you know. That's why there was flip-flops all the way around it. Just saying.
No, don't wait. Don't you pass anyone's comments. You just wait a minute. People are entitled to change their mind, right? That's the thing about votes. I have to try and convince them my point. You have to try and convince them your point. It looks like today you've been a bit rubbish, and I've made people think twice. It's not flip-flopping. People are allowed to change their opinion.
If you're a YouTuber and you slag off the window and the signings and say we didn't do enough, and then you come on the stream and say, yeah, we did enough, I'm Team Jim. That's a flip-flop.
You know what? Maybe Mia looked at it from my point of view and thought, you know what? Maybe I was wrong and Jim was right. You know, people do admit they're wrong when they feel they've been wrong.
Or maybe there's just flip-flops.
Take no notice of them, Mia.
What are you saying? There's no aliens. What's next? No Santa, no Easter Bunny. Say it ain't so. How can you not believe in aliens? The universe is beyond massive and constant expansion. I do believe in aliens. I believe in something, not necessarily aliens. I'm saying Team Jim. My reason is because I think we've got a huge star in VDV and Madison's been amazing. I don't doubt that, but it's this fact.
Excuse me, he doesn't want to run in commentary. He's Team Jim.
I've put him on the list. I have put him on the list already. Who's this? Oh, piss off, Bobby K. I say you had a poor window as you needed more players out, not just loans. Thank you, Mark, my favourite Chelsea fan.
He didn't say Team Kate.
Oh, are you Team Kate then, Mark, or Team Jim? Well, considering you said it's very good and I said it was average.
Well, he didn't say Team. Did he say team? Did he say team?
Oh my God, you're such a tosser, honestly.
He might be on the fence.
I'm not flip-flopping. I'm saying it was decent. It was It was decent. It was bad or very good. It wasn't bad. It was average or very good. It wasn't
Yeah,
bad.
it was
There was
good.
no. Listen to Jim. Just shut up a minute. The question was: is it average or very good? I didn't say it was bad at any point. I think some of the signings have been exceptional.
Kate, you're so sexy when you're angry.
Oh, shut up. The window was shit. We spent 54 million on BJ, could have got cheaper. So, Ben, are you Team Kate or Team Jim? Bobby. My neighbour's an alien. Ian Ferguson says, Ben Goldman, much like the amount of... God. Team Jim.
Thank you, Ian.
Like I said, the best move... Yeah, that's the midfield. What didn't help was your window was leaving, going on tour. Absolutely agree. Jake is here, said Team Jim. I don't count kids, sorry. Say people in the chat. Bobby, don't get power hungry. Team Jake, sitting on that fence, just above average. Well, I said average, and Jim says very good. So if you're in the middle,
if it's not average, it's above average. Thank you.
Yeah, but you said very good, darling. No, I'm taking Mia's point off.
No, you can't.
Yes,
I can. Jim.
Yeah, but she's not understanding. She's not understanding what I'm saying. Is the transfer window bang average or very good?
Listen. Don't be so desperate. Don't be so desperate to win, right?
Well, I'm not giving her the point unless she says that she thinks it was a very good window. That's it.
Eltel Cockerell.
I'm Team Kate for your window, but I'm safe, Jim. I've already got you, Mark. Thank you. Yeah, we're not taking grandparents, dead or alive, male men, neighbours, newborns, kids, cats, nothing. Ben's team here. We got Ange in this transfer window. Oh, Ellie has turned her back on me.
Thank you, Ellie.
Sorry, bro. Married a long time. It's the only place I have any say. You two get a room. Team Jim. Donkey. Team Jim. Anyone else? Who else hasn't voted? We've still got a few people in the chat that haven't voted. Still waiting to hear Mia. Her final thoughts. Team Kate, but it was a decent window because we are a much better side than last season. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm Team Kate. Not because of Ange, because of Levy. Jim, you're doing just fine. That's the thing. I trust Ange 100%. I don't trust Levy. Oh, big up Nippon. Big up to you. Big up Billy boy. I guess I have to be Team Kate, but it must so on Team Jim.
You put Ben down already.
No, I didn't.
You said it earlier.
No, he did not. He said it was
so
Team
crafty.
Mia, you've either got to be very good or average. If you can't be, then you're going to be Team Jake or Team.
You can't tell someone how to vote, darling.
Team Jim and Kate. I can tell her how to vote because that's the rules.
Can't. It's up to her how she votes.
Yeah, it is. But your argument isn't that it was.
Do you know what?
You said it was very good.
You should be Prime Minister.
How many out of 10 do you give our window? It's what you told me you were going to tell me. That's not very good.
Yeah, it is. Of course it is.
Is it very good? It's 8.5.
7.5. Yeah, it's very good.
No, it is.
Of course it is.
Oh my God.
So what do you call good? You tell me how many you give the window.
5. That's average. It's halfway.
Yeah, and I think it's very good. 7.5. If it's
excellent, that's good.
Then you get a 9 or a 10.
Excellent's a 10. 7.5 is about. It's good. 8.5 is very good.
Oh, I'll give it 8 then. I'll go a point. I think it's a good window.
It wasn't. Jim's world is sunshine each morning. Kate's is a black and white Russian saga about a woman with a scarf on her head on her knees in the snow crying out, "Babushka! Babushka, what?" Just above window does not mean a great window. That's definitely more to Kate's side. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a good window, really good window. It's not a terrible window. It's not an average window. I can call it an average window.
Team Jim really is Team Kate, so we all agree. So let's all party. Kate sounds like Keir Starmer. Oh, no, don't say that. I think you both brought good points. I like the window, but I have my reservations about elements of it, including lack of squad depth, but arrivals would say 7.8. Okay, I'll give it a 7, so I'm Team Jim. Right, you've got, it's 1440. So if I give it to 1442, for anyone who hasn't voted, and bearing in mind I've taken receipts, I'm just saying. Go on, Jim, say it.
What?
Well, you always say you can't take receipts. You can't take receipts.
Look, people are entitled to their own opinions, Kate. People can think it's an above average window, but listen to my views and go Team Jim, and they can think that it's above average window, right? And listen to your views and think, do you know what? I think Kate's views are better than Jim's. I'll go with Kate. You can't tell someone how to vote, no matter what they think of the window. It's what they think of our argument of it, and maybe they think, well, yeah, do you know what? He was right or she was right.
For all those people who thought it's a good window, just look at those profits. It's obscene.
It's nothing to do with profits.
It is. It's to do with leaving, not spending money.
Well, do you know what? You know what? You do this to me in life, you're going to put me in an early grave, right? It's not to do with profits. It's not to do with how much the club made or how much. It's to do with what they spent and who they bought. The profits is nothing to do with us. The profits, if they made 1 billion and only spent 250 million, right? Because they made 1 billion, it doesn't mean they have to spend 1 billion. It'd be nice if they did, but it's about what we think, what they spent, and what we think of what come in. You're looking at profits, and we did this and we sold these ones and only spent 34 million. That don't mean shit, Kate.
Right, Armin. So are you Team Kate or Team Jim? That's the question, Stevie D. The summer transfer window.
Obviously, I'm winning.
No, I said I'd give it till 42.
And it's 42
bang average
now.
Or very good. Yeah, but there were 2 people asked me questions while you was rabbiting on. That's the question. Transfer window, was it bang average or very good?
Last week you couldn't wait to shut the window. Now you're not. Now you're dragging it out. You're so crafty.
I'm not dragging it out. I'm giving everyone a chance. Yeah, look, disabled team, you wouldn't have got his vote if I hadn't dragged it out. Right? I'm just waiting for Stevie D to make a decision. Steve, where are you? Yeah, that's the question. He's in the office. I love it when people are in the office and they're watching us on YouTube. That is the question. Just to have Van der Ven. Oh my God, and not Dyer this window. It must be a 10. Darren West says Team Jim. I thought that myself. I know what you were saying, Bobby K. I have a clue about Wedded Bliss is about. Right. Are we ready to finish?
Well, when you are.
Oh, when you are.
Well, do you know what? I don't like it when you start throwing figures on the screen because figures don't mean shit to us.
Well, they do.
Shit to Levy.
Means shit to me when they're making £440 million profit.
Business,
and they don't spend.
They've got to make a profit.
Of course they have, but they've got to speculate to accumulate.
They've got to make a profit. But that's nothing to do with us supporters. Who cares about that? As long as they're making a profit and buying players. And we bought some good, decent, some excellent players this window. So I don't see how people can think it's a bad window. We can't go out and buy everybody we need in one window. It's not feasible.
Right, hang on. What bad loser you are. What bad winner you are. What bad winner.
You give me a lot of stick when we was off camera last week. And don't say you never, because you did.
You beat me by 2 votes. I don't know how. All I can say is this room must be full of disillusioned and delusional people if they think that was a very good window.
Listen, Kate.
But congratulations to you, James.
Thank you, my darling. I love you. But listen to me, right? You look at things So wrong. And I've been trying to tell you this for years. You've got to look at things from an overall perspective. You know, it's like having a big cake, and you've got to look at every bit of it. Right? It's not. You can't. It's that people think, right, they've made this much profit, they can go and spend the whole lot. It doesn't work like that, darling. And you can't always buy the players you need at certain times. I'm sure they're working on it, and in January we'll get some good players in. I'm sure of it. But you look at one thing, you know, profit and loss. It's not all about that.
I do look at figures because I think they're important. When your profit's going up year on year and you're not spending the money.
Yeah, but look. You got to remember they've got a lot of payout with the stadium and other stuff, right? And they've got a lot of money coming in now, right? So maybe now he's going to start splashing the cash on players.
We'll see.
Well, he's done a good start because no one can moan about the summer window. I don't care what anybody says.
I can. Okay, darling. Well, when Fulham comes round, if Romero's injured and Dyer or Davies starts, you sit there and be really happy about this window.
Oh, well, I will tell you how happy I am at the end of the game. I'm not going to sit here. If he puts Dyer on the pitch, thank you, Bobby. If he puts Dyer on,
you're screwed today. Hope Will's is home to help you pick you up later on.
If he picks Dyer, which I'm sure he'll do everything in his power not to pick Dyer, let's just see how the game goes. And how the players play. Let's have a look. I'm not going to judge before it's happened.
No. Recount. Yeah, replay. We haven't decided what we're going to debate next week. We're going to see what happens with the Fulham game, and perhaps it'll be something related to the Fulham game, Jim.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find something to put down on it, even if we win 12-0.
Don't start all that. So yeah, but if not, we'll find something. What was we talking about debating earlier?
There's loads to debate about that you and me disagree on, even if it's about.
We could do a whole show. We could do a whole show on why Kulusevski's crap. But I just get sick of talking about him, so I wouldn't actually like to do that. But Kate, what's that say? Kate, make you polish Jim's rubber duck at bath time. Yeah, it'll probably be something to do with the Fulham game. Maybe if there's injuries, the choice of team, maybe the youth set up. I don't know. Dear Kate, please take a deep breath. Don't stress about this horrific loss. I have faith in you and you will bounce back. Stay positive like Jim. How about a debate about the third kit? I hate that. Jim loves it. Don't you?
See?
We don't agree on
this is why we've been together for 24 years. Because everything is just like.
You say potato, I say potato. You say tomato. Kulu, he's great. I have to disagree with you there, Kate.
And you know, everybody in chat, we never, ever argue. Can you believe that?
No, we really
have
don't.
Lots of disagreements, but we never argue.
That's because we laugh. We laugh about everything. Kate, be humble in your defeat, unlike last week when they were calling it a fix. I know. I haven't forgotten the cretins last week. Oh, the Russians are involved. It's a fix. It's a fix. Me, I just took it like a woman. Said, well done, Jim. Congratulations.
Do you know what? Look, be honest. What was you like when we turned the cameras off? You give me some stick.
I went. I remember going, what's that smell? Oh, it's victory.
And you called me a loser.
You were going to me before we come on camera. You're going to be the hostess with the roasting. So don't give it too much. Did you see Richarlison versus Uruguay? I did not. How was he? I'm assuming. Yeah, non-existent. Pathetic, man. Pathetic. I'm loving the third kit. I think they're doing my whole way. Yeah, the colour's nice. It's just a horrible kit. How about a debate over who have been Spurs' best managers? Oh, that's quite a good one. That's what I said. If anyone wants us to debate anything, let us know and we'll make a list.
Well, loads we can debate on because we hardly agree on anything.
Where football's concerned, you're right. We don't. I was surprised to see that Kulu is third in the Premier League for more key passes. Me too. Me too. Third kit, the team have tracksuits in the same colour. So what happens after Wedded Bliss? Do you hug and make up? Yeah.
Coover's message.
We normally have something to eat, have a cup of tea, and have a laugh, like we always do.
And there's a show on after this, isn't there? Coop and the Gang, is it?
No, I think Brew and Bollocks is on at 3:30,
Brew
but
and
I'm not
Bollocks,
sure.
that's it. Yeah.
Why don't you do a show on who were the greatest player we've ever had, and then we vote who gave the best argument? Not because we like the player ourselves. That's a good one as well. Maybe we could do player versus player. Like, for instance, yesterday on Collins, you picked Sonny over Bale. I picked Bale over Son. Something like that. I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, we'll see. Funny show. Debate for next show. Was Kate just singing, or was that her having a stroke? Debate about the best kits over time. I think we'd agree on them, to be fair. We like the same Holston kit. Kulu works hard, though, Kate, to be fair. Debate who's the best member of the Brew and Bollocks crew. Oh, we couldn't debate that. All I can tell you is Coover ain't winning because he's horrible to me when he comes in my show. So I
might vote for Coover.
Well, that'd be you, but you'll lose because I get 2 votes because I've got boobs. Vote who your favourite YouTuber is. No, too difficult. Wow, 25 likes. Pathetic. Come on, guys. Came on when Neymar got off injured. Debate over which YouTube creators you agree with the most and why. I don't want to do anything to do with YouTube creators. I don't want to make enemies and make any toxic enemies in this community.
That's been a bit because
near the mark.
There's a load, I think, of tosspot. So
I have set up a Patreon if anyone's interested. There's the details there. But no pressure. Just hit a like, subscribe, and share the video. 51 likes, fantastic. Thank you.
Is that what you got? 51 likes.
Yeah, I think that's it, Jim. Have you got any final words?
No, thank you very much for voting for me. I think that I give over a positive, very positive, and a good argument, which I believe in, and we're still going to win the league, injuries or not.
I did say to you, didn't I? I thought you'd win this week because I said the advantage that he's got is that our players such as Van der Ven, Madison, Vicario have hit the ground running and been sensational. So I think that's why it might have tipped over the edge. I did fancy Jim. If we'd have had Madison, Vicario, and Van der Ven and say 2 of them weren't really playing very well, it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah, there you go. If butts and monkey nuts again.
No, but I'm glad that they're playing well because I would love to see us win the league. Julia wants to be a believer, bless her.
Yeah, cool.
Doubles on. That was half time. Oh, they're talking to themselves. Right, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Massive thanks again to Bobby K for the fantastic intros. Smash the likes if you haven't. Yeah, smash the likes if you haven't. Head over to the coffee company for 3:30. I believe Brew and Bollocks is on. I haven't heard that it isn't on. And we will catch you Saturday night. Me and Jim are on Coover the King at 10:30 over on Free Spurs Boys, Bobby's channel. That should
be a laugh.
Yeah, if anyone wants to put links in chat, they can. I haven't got them handy, otherwise I'd do it. But yeah, Saturday night, me and Jim and Bobby and Coover are doing Coover the King. I don't know if there's anyone else, but I know it's us 4. I will be back on Sava's show in the morning at 10 with Ellie. Yeah, the votes were rigged. We need a recount.
Have a recount.
Thanks, Kate and Jim. Love the chat. The passion from you both. Take care. Have a good day. Big up, El Dante. Thanks to everyone that stayed. It was a long show, so we really appreciate it. Greatest ever Spurs goal you've seen and why it's the greatest. That's a good one as well. Yeah, Brew and Bollocks in 30 minutes. Bobby's got the link there. Everybody head over. Have a great day, everyone. See you in the morning over on Football Heritage TV, 10 a.m. I don't think I'm doing a show tomorrow because I've got loads of housework and stuff to catch up on. But I'll be back on my channel Friday with a pre-match build-up for the Fulham game. So have a great day, everyone. I'm sure we'll see a lot of you over at the Brew and Bollocks channel on the Coffee Company. Yeah. Anything else?
And believe. If you believe and you get on the Ange train, true, it's a lot of fun, believe me. A lot of fun. It's enjoyable. All you people that ain't on the Ange train, you're on one of them things that they push up and down on the track. Have you seen them? You're on one of them while we're on the train. That's it. First class.
There you go.
Believe.
believe. Have a best day, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. In Ange we trust. Come on, you Spurs.
Choo-choo.